TV20, we've reported on more than 20 separate arrests related to sex crimes against children this year so far. But that number pales in comparison to the thousands of cases covered by North Central Florida law enforcement.
And a TV20 special report, TV20's Ruelle Fludd shows us how some people are helping those children heal.
And it's truly alarming what exists out there.
The numbers nationwide are cause for concern.
Just 3 years ago, we were at 16.9 million reports, but last year we had over 32 million reports to our cyber tip line.
And in North Central Florida, cyber tips of child sexual abuse materials are growing at the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, or NCMEC.
So in 2019, we were just under 3,000 cyber tips for all of North Florida. And in 2023, while I'm still waiting on the final numbers, we were somewhere over 8,100 tips in total.
Chris King is one of those people who care. The Internet Crimes Against Children North Florida director works with sheriff's deputies and police officers across 38 counties, from the Panhandle to the First Coast and the entirety of North Central Florida. Detectives rely on NCMEC's cyber tip line to investigate all types of child sexual abuse cases.
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is now displaying an online poster for the teenager.
More than 90% of cyber tips come from electronic service providers, or ESPs.
It is just such a powerful tool to help catch the predators that prey on our children. It really is the way that, most of these ICACs are able to take down individuals because of the reports that come in.
ESPs include social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter, which also serve as a space for child predators to target potential victims.
Because you can hide, you can manipulate, you can lie, you can deceive, and you don't know.
The use of social media has really exacerbated the issue of the proliferation of child exploitation material.
As the number of cyber tips and investigations grows each year, Sergeant King tells me that staffing across the North Florida jurisdiction is not keeping up with the demand. Although, when the team does arrest a child predator, it doesn't just end with the suspect behind bars.
And children are amazingly resilient.
There's a victimized child behind each of the thousands of online sex crimes reported in North Central Florida. 28 child advocacy centers across the state aid detectives in prosecuting suspects by handling forensic interviews for child victims.
And so we've found over time that most of the officers and detectives really would prefer to let us do that.
And that serves more than one purpose.
Our doing forensic interviews protects them a little bit from some of that emotional piece, but also lets their heart go straight into what they're best at, which is investigations and looking for every single angle to find out what happened to that child and make sure that the child is safe.
In 2022, People Who Care with CAC in Gainesville helped more than 1,000 children heal from sexual abuse trauma through therapy. Kimberly Center in Marion County, along with the University of Florida CAC, does the same to cover North Central Florida.
All of our children here also have an advocate who follows their case and may be very hands-on and involved with the child, or may be very hands-on and involved with the caregiver, helping to get those basic needs met in the background.
From the cyber tip line to sit-down therapy, the overwhelming amount of victimized children and sexual abuse cases paint a picture.
It's all of our job to help take care of these kids.
That it takes people who care to help raise a child. Ruelle Fludd, TV 20 News.